When was the last time that you watched PBS Live? Hello, Catholic Controversy, and President Trump is talking about cutting funding for the arts, which includes PBS. I see a lot of artsy people complaining about how Trump doesn't care about the arts, or that losing PBS would be some kind of great travesty, or something like that. Uh, Quick question. Off the top of your head, when was the last time you watched your local PBS affiliate? When was the last time you watched KRCB, WPBT, WCNY, or whatever PBS station you get in your area? And I'm not talking about your kids. I mean you, my viewer, who I presume to be older than 10. If you didn't answer sometime in the last 3 months, then why do you want to pay for something that you don't even watch? Think about like it this. If you had a subscription to Netflix and you didn't use it for 3 months, and know you aren't going to use it in the future, why would you continue to spend $8 to $12 a month on your subscription? Personally, I would rather put that $8 to $12 a month towards something I'll use. um, I also haven't watched PBS in 16 years, and that's because 16 years ago my family got cable. Um, Back before we got cable, I didn't care too much for PBS once I outgrew the kids shows, but given the option between PBS and VHS tapes I'd seen a gazillion times and TV static, you kind of make do with what you can. But once I got access to programming that had to compete for advertising dollars, I completely lost interest in the government funded programs. And that's the main problem. By and large, American funded public television isn't that good. PBS is not BBC. We don't make Doctor Who's or Top Gears. We make Antique Roadshow. Even if you did say, yes, I watched PBS, what did you watch? Uh, was it a PBS originally produced show or an imported show? I know a lot of people that like Downton Abbey and The Red Green Show, but those are British and Canadian, respectively. I don't see people going crazy over the latest episode of Nova. Plus, everyone I know that watches Downton Abbey streams it on Amazon Prime. Actually, everyone I know that watches something on PBS streams it on a streaming service. Even if they watch it on PBS.com, that's all ad supported. I know PBS has multiple YouTube channels like the PBS Idea channel and PBS Games Show, and those are all ad supported. If PBS went away, I don't think any of the programs would have trouble finding a home, imported or American. Oh, but what about the independently produced series that couldn't get on cable or network TV? Bob Ross would not be been able to get the joys of painting on NBC or Fox. Public access was his only outlet. Um, Look at what you're doing right now. You're watching a video I made in the studio I call my living room on the open platform known as YouTube, Dailymotion, or wherever I may upload this in the future. We independent producers are no longer limited to public access. I can list 5 video hosting sites off the top of my head, and their reach is far greater than your regional PBS affiliate. Plus, in college, my film club tried to do work with our local public access station, and there are far more hoops to jump through than using sites like YouTube and Vimeo. Plus, YouTube and Bitlanders will actually pay you for your content if you draw a large enough audience, unlike public access. There was a time when public access was important for the Little Passion Project series, but with internet distribution, public access is a thing of the past. And now we're at the most compelling argument for continued funding in PBS, the children's programming. PBS Kids, the educational television such as Sesame Street, Barney, Arthur, Cyberchase, The Magic School Bus, and many other shows that teach your children simple things like shapes, numbers, the alphabet, without the fear of targeting advertising towards them. Surely we need to continue funding PBS for the children. Well, once again with the internet, that kind of necessity is a thing of the past. Now I admit, I'm out of touch with the whole edutainment for young children thing. I know PBS Kids is still a pretty big deal considering that my local PBS stations have sub-channels devoted specifically to PBS Kids. But I also know that Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime have a wide selection of edutainment children's programming, with Hulu even having all the big name PBS shows. Even with their ad supplemented Hulu Plus subscription, PBS shows are all ad free. And let's not forget that Sesame Street is now owned by HBO, a premium channel that's not everyone gets, and it still manages to get to the children. I don't think Arthur and the like will have trouble finding homes if PBS goes away. I also have a coworker with a 2 and 4 year old that says that they primarily don't watch PBS. They watch age appropriate YouTube. I don't think PBS Kids is necessary anymore. So, is it a bad thing that Trump might get rid of government funded PBS? I don't think so. We haven't needed it for years and won't be needing it in the future, and I seriously question how many of us would actually miss it if it left us. Even if they lost government funding, they could still fund it based on grants and viewer contributions, right? And if not, maybe get some paid programming to air in the very early morning. I don't know, it's just an idea, but I do know that if 99% of the channels on TV can sustain themselves without the need for government funding, that last 1% can find a way too. Well, this has been Catholic Controversy, signing off, and may God bless you.